guys of United Rock Nations. We are an amazing company here with DEWOLFF and Robin with us today. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Very well. We are here, of course, to talk about the new album, Thrust.
Nice.
We know that you will release the sixth album, Thrust, in a few days. You played many times in France the last 3 years. But our listeners are discovering the band today. So, what would you tell us to describe the road of the band from the beginning to now?
It's a long road. Yeah, we started out as just friends jamming and friends playing music that we like. But I think the journey is really interesting because we kept digging into different kinds of music, so our musical taste changed.
Yes.
So it went from, in the beginning, bands like Pink Floyd, The Doors, really psychedelic stuff, but also kind of like the Deep Purple and the Led Zeppelin kind of stuff. And it kind of changed gradually to the Allman Brothers. There was this amazing compilation album called Delta Swamp Rock from Soul Jazz Records. I think the label is called. They have a lot of cool compilation albums. And we discovered some more country, funk, soul kinds of music, like Jim Ford. And also bands from nowadays, like the Black Keys, which with their Brothers album really inspired us sound-wise. Like they've managed to get that old analog sound, but give it like a tasteful modern twist to it.
The new album sounds like modern touch, absolutely.
A modern touch, yeah. I think it's. I really love it when it overwhelms you, the whole sound, but only if it's done tastefully. And I think the Thrust album is kind of a combination of the best parts of our whole journey. So there are some psychedelic touches. Yeah. There are some like songwriting songs. That's a weird way to say it. We started out with.
Yeah, it's more wider. The sound of the album is different from the others.
Yeah.
The previous ones.
But also the songs, they're more songs. Like we wrote them. We used to write the music, and then after that Pablo would come up with lyrics and a vocal melody that would fit the music. But and now we started writing the songs while we were also coming up with vocal melodies and lyrics even. So the core of the song, it was a better core. I think that's why these songs are better than the previous albums, but that's always what bands say, right?
The particularity of your sound is that there is no bass player. You are
well, it's funny.
A sort of bass player because you play Hammond. You play the blast with the Hammond.
No, it's what we do. We have a lot of bass guitar on the album.
On the album, not live.
No, live I've got a Moog synthesizer, which adds a really punchy low end to the whole sound. But we've always been a fan of bass guitar on the record. But on the Thrust album, it changed more to let's use that bass synth more on songs. But there are still a lot of songs with bass guitar. I think that also is a sound defining thing. Also, of course, the Hammond organ, you don't hear that as much anymore. But I think that the overall DEWOLFF sound, it goes deeper than just there's no bass player or there's a Hammond organ. It's something that happens when the three of us play, and something that comes out, which is an extension of all our inspiration over the years that we've been playing and listening to music.
Absolutely. You don't need a bass player live, so.
You don't think so?
You don't need a bass player live.
Is that a question?
Yes,
or
absolutely.
a statement?
It's a question.
Because
You never think one day that perhaps bass player could be better.
No, we never thought about it, but we used to record all the albums, and then Pablo would do the bass guitar afterwards. So we would play drums, guitar, and Hammond the first take, and then Pablo would add bass guitar. But then with the previous album, Rougarou, we asked a friend of ours, which is an amazing bass player, to play the songs with us, so play bass guitar on them, which is also a really sound-defining thing for the Rougarou album. And we really loved it, so we asked him to also play bass on the release show and some other big shows that we had planned after the release of Rougarou. But we found that there's a different dynamic that's happening on stage if there's another person added to the to the stage, and also with the jamming that we a lot of do live. It also changed that because the three of us, we feel each other and we really know where we want to go if somebody plays something, and we can react to it really well. And that changes when you've got an extra person on stage. So that's why we also did a really. It was different, but it wasn't better. So that's why we decided not to do that anymore. We tried it a couple of times. Yeah.
You're young, but you play 60s, 70s rock music. How it happened like that?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a long time ago. I think I was, I've been playing music since I was actually 10. I started playing the flute and then some acoustic guitar, then some electric guitar, then some classical piano, and eventually I ended up playing Hammond in DEWOLFF, which started 10 or 11 years ago. And the kind of music, I think Pablo really, the singer and guitar player, he was really into the old Woodstock, Jimi Hendrix kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And even before I played with DEWOLFF, I played electrical guitar, and I also watched that Woodstock documentary, all the concerts, and it really amazed me. I was playing guitar back then, and I still remember trying to play Jimi Hendrix or trying to play Alvin Lee, from the 10 years after. And it's a kind of music that was made by musicians that can only really play their instruments very well for the music to be heard. Because nowadays it's very easy to make music. You can just open your laptop and start a loop, a drum loop, and then maybe I'll add some guitar or I'll add some piano, and then it does everything for you, and then the only thing that you have to do is kind of rearrange it. But you don't have to really master an instrument anymore. So that's why we get a lot of inspiration out of the 70s, because we also love to play our instruments and expand our techniques on it. We're in love with our gear, our stuff, and but we get also a lot of inspiration sound-wise from bands from now and songwriting, like the Black Keys and that kind of stuff.
You usually record on your own studio.
Yeah.
The Electrosaurus.
Electrosaurus Sound Studio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you produce yourself also.
Yeah.
Why you choose this kind of recording sessions instead of have an external producer that gives you more ideas, new ideas, fresh ideas?
Well, we have a lot of new and fresh ideas when we go into the studio. We don't get we always have some kind of inspiration. I think it has to do with the way we listen to music. It's not like I love reggae, I listen to reggae, I want to play reggae. That's the only stuff I want to do. Yes. And all the reggae is good. It's not like that. We can find different kinds of elements of different kinds of music that we like, and we incorporate that into our music. And we tried that with a different producer. We did it with the Grandson Electric album. We recorded it in America with Mark Neal. We did the Brothers album. That's why we really wanted to work with him. But it was an amazing experience. But we noticed that we were also really stubborn. We would have a lot of ideas that we really wanted to do, and I think that's why after that record we did the Rougarou album ourselves in our own studio. We were really proud of that one, and now with the Thrust album it just kept getting better and better.
Fantastic. So Pablo is the singer and the
Yeah.
guitarist. That means that he's the only songwriter of the band.
No,
He's the leader and the songwriter of the band.
no, that's like
Pablo, come here.
kind of like a natural process between us. And it used to be true that Pablo was the one that, when the music was finished writing, we write it with the three of us in the studio. You know, we sit there, we start playing, different kinds of ideas come up, and then we would say, oh, that thing is good, is cool. Or Pablo would say to me, that thing is cool. And he would just expand the song. Is that we finished the whole song, and then Pablo would come up with lyrics and a vocal melody and try to fit it on the music. But the way we did it with Thrust,
yes, you changed. It's because the before the line, the melody line.
I already told you.
Yes, just before.
I have a lot of interviews today. So then why did you ask me if Pablo is the only songwriter?
No, because it's just because usually on a trio,
yeah,
it's the singer and the guitarist that brings the main ideas.
Yeah, well, I'd like to think of Pablo as he is kind of like the main creative, the most creative guy, but we do write everything with the three of us, and even the lyrics, you know. We started writing about stuff that concerns us nowadays. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world that concerns all three of us. So we were there thinking of lyrics together. Like one would be on Rhyme Zone, which is a website that lets you rhyme easily. And then one was Thesaurus, which lets you find synonyms easily. So we would try to find cool lyrics and words to express this idea we've got about stuff that's happening in the world, or like fictional ideas that pop into our head. That's an interesting way of working.
Fantastic.
I love it.
So I have a few questions about the songs of the album. On some songs, like for example Big Talk or DC and the Woo! That's right.
You mean in the chorus? It goes like,
you use some electronics, new effects. Tell us more about this new kind of. It's a new artistic orientation.
Yeah, I think so. I think I started. We started. Get more interested into the whole synthesizer thing. I think there's more synthesizer on this album than on the previous ones. But we were also, in every song we had this feeling that it needed something sound-wise that had this own identity in that song, so it would create like an own identity. Yeah, I think we also did that really with Big Talk. Like
it's not a request from the record company, for example, to have a more modern album.
No, we didn't even have when the album was finished, we didn't even have a record label to release it. And I think that's really important to us. We always want to do what we do, even if it means that nobody wants to release it. I think that's the main thing about DEWOLFF. Of course, we listen to people around us. We also, you know, sometimes you can live in a bubble. If you start writing and you live in the studio, it's in a cellar under the ground, and then you think something's cool, but then you let it listen to your friends, and then they're like, and it makes you think like, oh, maybe I should review this again and add some more stuff or leave some stuff away. But we will never do something that we don't want to do.
It's a good thing.
Yeah,
for the creative. Talking about a new musical orientation, sometimes the song sounds like a Motown sound.
A modern sound.
Yes, it's my opinion, but also because the way Pablo sings probably. Tell us more about that song. It has a different vibe from the others.
It started with a synthesizer riff. And we wanted to make it like really sexy and slow, but also with a that song, it has a lot of breathing space, which also makes it sexy. And I think with that song, we reached what we've always tried to reach, which is the brothers sound of the Black Keys. It has a lot of low end and really tight low end. Yeah, I'm really proud of that song. There's also some cool stuff happening with the drums. There's a phaser going over it, which makes the drum sound like
Yeah, exactly.
but really subtle. Yeah, it's an interesting song.
We also love Tragedy, Not Today.
I also love it.
It's a country style verse and a catchy rock chorus. Tell us more about that song. It's very interesting song.
I also love it. It's the song that sometimes the song pops in your head, and when it's a DEWOLFF song, it's usually always Tragedy Not Today. It's a song that sticks in your head and it makes you want to go somewhere, like drive your car, or makes you want to move. And I also love the lyrics. It's about a guy who has a lot of misfortune, bad luck, but stays positive. That's also what the title says, like tragedy,
Not
question
today.
mark, not today. But then he has it anyway, every day. It started out with, we started playing some stuff and singing with it, and then Luca Pablo sang something like, I lost my girl in a betting, which is like the worst thing you can lose in a bet. And that kind of set the tone for the rest of the lyrics. It should be about a guy who has a lot of misfortune, but still stays very optimistic, even though every bad thing that can happen to him will happen.
One of my favorite songs of the song is the shortest song of the album. It's Double Crossing Us.
Yeah?
But it's classic style.
Yeah.
But it's very, very good, catchy.
For us, it was really hard to keep it that short, because we thought maybe it should go somewhere else, or because that's what we usually do. We think, okay, we've got something, and now we need to add something more special. But we tried a lot with that song, and tried some repetitions of choruses and verses, and then felt like, no, this all doesn't work. Maybe it should just stay short and powerful, like it starts, it punches you in the face, and it stops really fast, and then you're like, whoa, what happened?
Good song.
Thank you.
Let's talk about touring. We know that you will be touring to promote it first, of course. You will be in France, only one gig, the 20th July.
No, we're touring in October.
Okay, but the gigs are not yet announced.
No, that's true, but I think it's important for the people to know.
Yes, absolutely.
That we're going to be touring in France in October at the end of 2018.
This is one of the questions I want to ask you.
We love touring here. We've done 2 or 3 tours now, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger, and more people keep coming.
Right.
And really enthusiastic audience.
And you will do more cities here in France, or just Paris?
No, I think we'll do like, I don't know, maybe 10 days.
Oh,
days.
France?
Oh, yeah. Europe? No, France.
Great.
Yeah. I'm not sure, like 2 weekends, or maybe like, I don't know yet exactly. But I do know that we're gonna play the Maroquinerie here.
The Maroquinerie here in Paris.
Yeah.
Yes.
We played it before. It was really fun.
Fantastic. Of course, the record label is an American record label, Mascox.
Yeah, but it has a Dutch boss.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But is this a possibility to tour in the USA?
Yeah. It was a conscious choice to go for Mascot, not only because they have a strong identity about the music that they release. It's very blues rock, guitar oriented. So we knew that the label would have a passion, a heart for the music that they release. But not only that, but also because it's a Dutch boss, but also really big in America.
Exactly.
And that's, for us, a dream to tour there.
And something is on the...
Well, Always. we're you know, it's our dream, but you know, you can play in America whenever you want, but then you'll just play small bars and nobody will notice that you're there. You need a team like a Booker or something like that. So we're still focusing on Europe this year, and we'll see what the record does, and maybe next year we can go to America.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robin, for all this information about the new album.
Yeah.
Hope you the best for the first album and to be released in May.
Yeah, 4th of May.
4th of May, okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, guys.
You're watching United Rock Nations, and this is Robin from DEWOLFF.
Thank you.